Lord Rob. Now, this one is an interesting score setup to go about. As many know, uh, he was constantly a silver medalist in pretty much every way. But before I get ahead of myself, let's start at the top. Uh, Lord Rob starts with Wheel Kirby during the Kirby Challenge, and Wheel Kirby was it was okay. Similarly to many other of the Kirby's either fall into bad, okay, or good. Wheel Kirby was okay, falling below average, but not by much, with a 7.5. And as Rob admits himself, Wheel Kirby wasn't his top choice, and he felt very restricted. But he went with Wheel Kirby and did his best, and it wasn't terrible, it wasn't bad, it was still an okay move set, just not the best thing to start out with, really. But then we get into the first era, or the first moments of the Silver Era. Now, Rob's Silver Era is basically where he just gets second place. He becomes infamous for it with Weavile from Pokemon for the Pokemon Challenge. Weavile was a moveset that was very good. There wasn't any really big themes or anything like that popped out at the time, really. It was just an overall really solid moveset that just it was fun to play. It looked good. It looked clean. Really no snags. And the only reason it was beat was because someone was better. There was not too many, if any, flaws. I remember, I think it was a back air that was ice beam that was seen as a bit awkward. But besides that, for the most part, Weavile was very well received. And it was the start of Rob's Silver Era. And we continue with more Pokemon into Sableye. Now, Sableye, it's a personal favorite of mine when it comes to Rob's movesets. Sableye was a moveset focused on cheating. There was a lot of nonsense, so to speak, with translucency and armor, and not so much armor, but like going through things and things like that, focusing on the aspects of being a prankster and the prankster ability of Sableye. It was a really clever moveset in my opinion, and it was really good. It was a really good moveset. However, again, it was just a case of yours was good, someone else's was better. No real fault of yours, but you know, it was a continuation of so close to first, but not quite getting there. Next, we have Sukapon. Now, Sukapon was during the RNG challenge. Sukapon, I feel, was in the harder category of characters to make from the RNG challenge. As you know, it's an old game. There wasn't much to it besides what was given to you in that one game. There's not really much more you can draw from. But he made it work out really well. He got a really nice 8.7, and it just made a moveset that made the person who requested it really happy, Scapicon, who's still also in the Moveset Maker tourney. Made him happy, made the judges happy. It was really good, but again, this one was another one where yours was good, someone else's was just better. This time being from Springman, which completely dominated that battle. So getting second place was no small feat. And if it was pretty much any other challenge or any other setup where Drogon's Springman didn't completely dominate, it could have really been first place. It was a really good moveset. But then this is where the Silver Era ends. Because you see, during the Silver Era, Rob had also begun to maintain an average of being second place. But then we reach Heavy for the Weapons Challenge. And Heavy was Heavy he scored well, but he did not place. It was the first time in a while that Rob did not get second place, but it was still good. There was no real issues with it. However, again, the characters that did place just ended up doing quite a bit better, with some really high scores this round with Hunter and Shovel Knight. So again, the averages speak for themselves. Heavy was still in the upper echelon of characters here. Just it didn't come through as Rob was hoping that he'd place or be received, and just an unfortunate case of, I guess, not really portraying your vision or expecting your vision to be as well as you'd like. Then was the trio movesets, which again was it followed Heavy, where it did not place, but it still did above average. It still did all right. It was the trio moveset, as I've said in other videos here, is a moveset challenge that really hit some people hard. 7.8 for Rob wasn't not bad compared to the average, which this was a decently low in score challenge, with a lot of people just really struggling. So again, Team Rocket did not do bad, but it didn't do as well as one would like at this point in the challenge, which is unfortunate. It was you begin to see a mountain where it was good, getting second place, and then slowly descending until we reach Monita. Monita is by far Rob's biggest hit as a moveset maker. Like by far, just something that probably did not want on his record, with a 5.9 and barely being edged out in elimination. Monita, Monita is a showcase that no one is safe, no matter how good your score is, because Rob was still third place average. The second place was really helped, and he was still overall making good movesets, getting good visions, and getting decent scores, decent and good. But Monita showcased for everyone that just because you've been doing good, just because you've got consistency or anything, doesn't mean you're not able to be chopped off right now. And it was very close for Rob, with a moveset that just hit a lot of wrong spots for each judge, and it was just a wake-up call for Rob as a moveset maker. And he takes it with stride. He knows that, he admits that he most likely shouldn't have been saved. It should have been him there. But he's taking it as a wake-up call. He's taking it as a call to be better, and we'll see if he makes it to top 5 to continue. Hopefully after this challenge, after the grapple challenge, we see something much better, and hopefully we continue seeing something much better as we go into top 5, and see really what Rob can do at this point in the competition, and if he's really worthy of being saved like that.